on the car.
Race fans, get ready. The chaos is back. Join us at Midstate Dragway in Havana, Illinois, Friday night and Saturday, October 3rd and 4th for the Twisted Shifterz and 360 Steel Nitro Chaos Championship Finals. Presented by Morrow Brothers Ford. Outlaw nitro burning drag racing action like you've never seen before. Kids 13 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass. Visit MidstateDragway.racing for more information. It's the loudest, fastest, and wildest race of the year. The PFD Awnings Nitro Chaos Championship is on the line. Be there.
In keeping those lines even, as we most definitely want to see pairs and not a bunch of singles. You do have to go down to each side of the racetrack, so if you see the line is long in one side, go ahead and put your car on the other side. So I was like, you want to go right. Live streaming this event from Great Lakes Dragaway, the first time ever for a Funny Car Chaos event to be north of Chicago, as we are in Wisconsin. Union Grove, Wisconsin, a place that's been in operation for 70 years, in continuous operation. Lots of great events, including the Olympics back in the old days, back in the day, as we say. Plus, we've got a couple of dozen funny cars and some incredible performing cars from a variety of different racing organizations that are here. And we are live streaming on the Funny Car Chaos YouTube channel. Live stream is brought to you by our good friends at Laris Motorsports Insurance, Alki Digger, and Rodax Custom Coffee and Grills. We want to welcome our live stream audience, and we want to say, for those about to watch, we salute you. Here at Great Lakes Dragaway, if you're local here at the racetrack and you are in the automobile, the motorhome, the toter home, we are broadcasting from the Sugar Shack here at WGLD 88.7 on your FM dial. Great public address system here at the racetrack, but we have also got it static free at 88.7 FM WGLD. We've got funny cars coming to the staging lane. Funny cars coming to the staging lanes. They are spreading out between lane 1 and lane 5. We are going to be seeing pairs going down the racetrack 2 times tonight with funny cars from all across the country trying to make their claim on the championship for 2025. 7 teams with a mathematical chance to take home that championship trophy that has been put together by none other than Katie Butera of Apple Girl Art. And of course, the event trophies will be handed out. Those put together by Alan Meyer Custom Machining and Fabrication of Denton, Texas. That unique design that has been around ever since the first Funny Car Chaos race back in 2017. So there's big money on the line, there's points on the line, there's a championship on the line, and not only do we have the A, B, and C field to award the championship, the event trophies in, but we've also got some unfinished business from the race at Byron Dragway a few weeks ago. The A field final round will be taking place in the 3rd qualification round tomorrow at high noon. Yep, we got a high noon showdown for the Byron Dragway Rodak Custom Coffee A field final between Brian Lewis and Lance Van Howen, and the Alki Digger B field between Bob Albertie Jr. and Ray Drew. So there will be a lot of trophies handed out, and of course that championship trophy is going to be going home with somebody. At the top of the list, the top 8 that come in here with their sights set on a championship: Hot Rod Herby, Justin Herbst, Keith Zimmer, Brian Lewis, Justin Malot, Shane Lawson, Kirk Williams. That's the top 7 there. Bob Albertie Jr. in the 8th spot. Neil Giroux, Lee Lovell, and Cody Chatfield. Those are the ones closest to the top of the list. But it is going to be some great racing here, and I want to encourage you to invite your friends and family. If they can't make it tonight, well, there is tomorrow. We'll open the gates early, and we will kick things off with a chapel service, one for the kids, one for the grown-ups. And we will start cars down the racetrack around 11 o'clock with funny cars taking center stage at high noon with that third and final qualifying opportunity, plus the finals from the Byron Dragway A field and B field. That is all coming your way. We had our driver meeting at 2 o'clock this afternoon. We got that out of the way. We've got the Proud American Motorsports Ride Dragsters in the house. So for those of you So we've got Alex Bechtel and Keith Mitchell driving those hot rods, and they will put you in the rumble seat for the ride of a lifetime. Make sure you go by and take advantage of the opportunity that is afforded to you by the fact that every ticket at Great Lakes Dragway is a pit pass. So you can go by and check out all the cars, meet the crews and the drivers, pick up the hero cards, swing by and get some of that official event merchandise. And rule number one at Funny Car Chaos is, in case you haven't been told, is to have fun. There are only two kinds of people in the world, those that love Funny Car Chaos and those that haven't been yet, and you're just about to find out why, as we have the first of two qualifying rounds taking place tonight at 6 o'clock. So the staging lanes are filling up. The track preparations have come to a conclusion, and we will be going racing here in just a few minutes. There are 3 8-car fields that are open for qualifying. Our Rodak Custom Coffee A field will feature the cars that go the quickest, the quick 8, number 1 through 8. Marvin Rodak A field.
We do it every hour from 6 a.m.
Qualifiers 9 through 16 go in the Alky Digger B field. And qualifiers 17 through 24 go in the Wulff Pumps C field.
Your choice.
There are points that are awarded for showing up at the racetrack, for making a qualification run. You can run as many as 3, which most of those who have a chance at the championship have been doing that all year long.
That way too.
The order in which you qualify, number 1 gets 8 points, number 8 gets 1 point, and you can kind of figure it out. It goes from top to 1 to 8 and 8 to 1 is the way that shakes out. So how you qualify matters when it comes down to those small numbers at the end of the season. The fact of the matter is there's only 3 points or 3 to 5 points that separate number 1 through 5, and it's a very tight race. So it's going to be extremely interesting to see how this shakes out. I've got the points here on the grid. We'll be keeping up with everybody's points every time they show up in the water box. We will add those points and as they stage up and go down the racetrack. But 6 opportunities to see the funny cars going down the racetrack this weekend, 2 tonight and 4 tomorrow. Nitro cars and methanol fueled cars and hot rods from all around the country. It is going to be a great time here at Great Lakes Dragaway for the championship finals. We're happy to have you joining us. We've got media from all around the nation. The drag racing publications are well represented. We have got the live stream broadcast brought to you by Laris Motorsports Insurance, Alky Digger, and Rodak's Custom Coffee. We have got James Armstrong and Jacob on the cameras. We've got Lee Kraft making sure that the broadcast goes out to all of you out there in Chaos Nation. And for those of you on the live stream, we want to welcome you and encourage you to invite your friends to tune in, as the live stream is available tonight and tomorrow. We'll be bringing you all the action and Funny Car Chaos competition on the Funny Car Chaos YouTube channel.
Up to $650 a year on auto insurance. There's no obligation, no hassle.
Great Lakes Dragaway in continuous operation for 70 years, and it is a beautiful day. It's absolutely perfect weather for a great time of racing, and the forecast looks like the same for tomorrow, so should be absolutely an outstanding weekend, and we're glad you've chosen to be a part of it with us. So we're about 15 minutes or maybe a little bit less before we light up the first pair of funny cars. Again, we're happy to have you joining us, and your friends ought to be here. Those of you that are here at the racetrack, your friends ought to be here. I still see some cars coming in from out on the highway. That's great. Let them know that we are about to kick off funny cars with 2 rounds of qualifying coming up here on Friday night. We've got a whole lot of great food for you out there and ice cold drinks. Make sure you're well fed and hydrated so you enjoy all of the action. There's going to be a lot of it. And I'll tell you, we have got a great show lined up for you. Mark, I'm happy to share the tower and the announcing duties with you. We are really looking forward. We've been looking forward to this ever since we found out that Great Lakes Dragaway was on the calendar for this year. This is one of those places that you just got to go if you never have been.
And I'll tell you what, it's been the same way for me. As soon as we found out that it was happening, I've been like a kid in a candy store. Real excited about it. And I was thinking about this earlier. It reminds me of the old UDRA Coca-Cola Cavalcade of Stars shows. There might be some people out there that remember that. They were a traveling funny car deal way back in the day. And this is the version of it for this day and age, and it is just awesome. What you guys do for the sport is just amazing. And we're so happy that you decided to come to Great Lakes Dragaway this year. We thank you very much for that.
Brand new homes, our reputation is built.
Well, the invitation has been extended for quite some time, and we finally got a chance to put it on the calendar here in 2025. So, so the opportunity was overdue, but boy, are we happy to be here. And, you mentioned the UDRA and the Coca-Cola Cavalcade of Stars. I know those series ran here many times. And when this series and when the idea for this was being kicked around, that was one of the things that we harkened back to was those days, because you just simply could not find a better show with a lot more fan appeal than that Coca-Cola Cavalcade of Stars. The little guys and the big guys from all of, the touring pros who used to crisscross the nation doing 100, sometimes 150 races a year. If you could believe they could get that many in, a lot of those races happened right here.
Yes, and you always used to hear, I'm a little younger than some folks that have been around the sport for a while, but hearing about the fiberglass jungle and all of the cars lined up and seeing all the funny cars and the pictures, you just don't get that anymore. But you guys, with the series that you got put together, you're bringing it back, and fans get to see that and experience that, and it is one of the coolest things out there.
Well, Chris Graves and his wife Tara, they have they're a drag racing family, and they come by it naturally as their parents and grandparents were all about that. And so creating the opportunity for people who are younger to see some of those things that we thought may have been lost forever is one of those things that brings a little magic back to me. My first race was in 1970, not as an announcer, but as a kid going to the drags, and it was that kind of magic that was so exciting to get to come and see the races and see the funny cars. That was the thing. I mean, you had Mongoose and Snake on the Saturday morning cartoons and the Hot Wheels, and it was a big deal, and this is as close as you can get to that. And when we had that first Funny Car Classic down there in Texas 5 years ago and had 68 funny cars show up to try to qualify for 32 spots, oh man, I was like, I didn't think that would ever happen again. I knew that I had seen it, read about it in the magazines, but to get a chance to see it in person, man, that was incredible, and we're still trying to bring that to folks all around the country with the series.
It is a cool thing, and if you were around back then, you know what they're talking about. If you're like me and you only got to experience it through magazines and through old videos and things, being able to see it firsthand is just going to be one of the coolest things ever. And we have it right here at Great Lakes Dragaway, one of the oldest racetracks in the world, oldest drag strip in the country, continuously operating racetrack here, and we're glad that you folks are a part of it. And make sure, like we say, and tell your friends, because we only got part of the show today. We got a whole other day of racing tomorrow, and tomorrow is going to bring eliminations. So there's going to be a whole lot of competition going on all weekend long.
There definitely will. You're going to get a chance to see all of these Funny Car Chaos crews. There are 3 opportunities to qualify. Each time you make a qualifying run, that's worth 5 points. And of course, it leads to qualifying 1 through 8 in one of 3 different fields. Now, for those who have battled it out all through the year, and they're trying to see who's going to leave here with that trophy for the 2025 championship. There's been 4 champions: Ken Singleton, Kirk Williams, Tom Furchess and defending champion Shane Lawson. And there are several racers. Some have been racing ever since early on in Funny Car Chaos, and some just started this year, and they are in the thick of the battle to see who is going to be the champion for 2025. It's been a long season. It's been crazy with the things that Mother Nature has done to us, and we had quite a few reschedules, and even one event that we showed up at, and the forecast looked great, but as soon as it was time to call everybody to the staging lanes, it was like, nope, it is over. It never did let up, but we are looking forward to a great weekend with fabulous racing tonight and tomorrow. And tomorrow, race day, man, it is going to be one of those that you definitely want to have people that you know, love, and care about celebrating it with you. We're here to elevate and celebrate the history of drag racing, and this racetrack, what a great place to bring the season to a close.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I see a funny car pilot hanging out right now out there in front of the grandstands. Mr. Randy Henning, the owner of Great Lakes Dragaway, is in the house today, and he's out watching the race, and he's getting ready to watch our first round of qualifying. And you may know he drove a funny car for many, many years, among all kinds of other vehicles. And funny cars are near and dear to his heart, and he's a driving force behind Great Lakes Dragaway, and he still owns a couple cars. He's still got a couple funny cars floating around, and he's working on another one. So the boss man himself is watching the racing tonight, and it's good to see Randy out hanging out tonight. I'm excited. I'm really excited about what's going down.
Definitely gets into your blood when you get the experience of these funny cars. It is something that keeps you coming back. So we are just a few minutes away from the first pair of funny cars coming up to the ready stripe. The drivers are getting strapped in. The ones that are closest to the front of the staging lanes, they've got their coats on, they got their hats on. They're getting strapped into the race cars, and it's going to be time to go fast, go loud, go quick, and get it on for the first of two qualifying rounds here tonight at Great Lakes Dragaway. We are not under the lights just yet, but we're going to be racing until the sun goes down, and we will have that second round of qualifying in the books, and that will close the program coming up roughly sometime between 8:30 and 9 o'clock tonight. But you've got the chance to see some great racing action if you've already been here, and for those of you that are just about to start taking in the racing action, it's going to be a great time, and we are excited that you have chosen to be a part of it with us here at Great Lakes Dragaway. The Brew City Gassers have already put on a great show, as well as the 1320 Legends and the Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stockers. It has been one of those events, and I know there's a lot of folks that wanted to be here in person, that we wish you were here, but we are certainly glad that we were able to bring this broadcast to you on the live stream, courtesy of Laris Motorsports Insurance, Alki Digger, and Rodax Custom Coffee and Grills. So we are getting very, very close to the word going out to fire them up. It's going to be big time excitement coming your way here in just a few moments, and happy to be at Great Lakes Dragaway for the very first time, finding out some of the history of the racetrack. And my goodness, it would take volumes and volumes to fill up the history books of what has taken place at this racetrack over the years. And we're going to write another chapter of it tonight and another chapter tomorrow with the championship finals for the Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour in the house. New champion to be crowned coming up tomorrow. Every ticket is a pit pass, so I know you're trying to find your spot in the grandstands, on the fence, or wherever your favorite spot to watch is, because it's just about to get loud in here. But when there's a break in the action, and oh, by the way, there's not going to be a whole lot of break in the action between now and the last funny car going down the racetrack tonight, but you do have the opportunity to take a stroll down Funny Car Alley and meet the drivers, maybe even the backup girls, the crews, and the crew chiefs. Check out the cars, take pictures, do video, practice your social media skills, and let folks know that you're at Great Lakes Dragaway for one of the best events anywhere in the Midwest this weekend. It's going to be happening coming up here in just a few moments. Want to send out a shout out to our good friends out there in the world of Chaos Nation. A lot of folks already checking in on the live stream. Thank you for doing that. Happy to have you. Shout out to Jet Car George. I know he would really love to be here since he's not that far from here, but doesn't always work out. But hopefully tomorrow that will work out well. To all the folks in Wellington, Kansas, at Traveling Smoke Barbecue. I know it's on the live stream there as folks are enjoying that smoked barbecue and those incredible ribs that are just about incomparable to Billy and Tracy Souls at Traveling Smoke Barbecue in Wellington, Kansas. Glad to have you joining us. Thanks for checking in. Chatter indicates we are just about to have a pair of funny cars fire up as the video cameras, the still cameras, the media folks are ready to document this event. We want to say thanks to all of them that have come from around the country to bring the action on the live stream and to record the event for posterity on the print media, on the internet media, every way it can be documented. That's going to be happening. And we thank you, all of you media personnel, for the great work that you do getting out there in the elements. Thankfully, the elements today are pretty pleasant, but we're happy to have you documenting this event here as the championship finals of Funny Car Chaos just about ready to kick off. Race fans, you can tell that it's about to get loud in here. You see those funny cars coming up, and it's go time as the race master says, light them up. Shout out to Twisted Shifterz and 360 Steel down in Fulton, Illinois. Darren Foster and his team. An important part of the Funny Car Chaos Championship Tour. Looks like we're going to kick things off with some big-time excitement. Fresh off a runner-up finish over at Lebanon Valley Dragway. That's going to be Wayne Hoffman over on the right side of this Christmas tree in the Manassas Transportation lane. And in the Gobbler lane, the guy who actually sits number one in the points right now in that very close points battle, it's the Penny Pincher Mustang from Gainesville, Texas, just south of the Red River on I-35. Running that willpower underneath that Mustang body. I'm talking about the horsepower from Will Hanna. As they came out and fired their shot early, looks like they may be employing the same strategy here at Great Lakes Dragaway, as they are going to see if they can put a big number on the scoreboard right out of the gate. Big inch Hemi power in the Mustang on the pit side of the racetrack. Over on the right side, big box Chevy power as daughter Allison Hoffman turns it over to Dad. The drivers bring their cars into the pre-stage position. 3 bulbs lit. And we are scooting down the racetrack. Look at this here. 365, 205.66 miles an hour. I thought they might be going that same strategy as they did before. Put a number on the board and say, hit that if you can. Keith Zimmer, 365 with a 2. The incrementals on that one, 917 to 60 feet. 2:44 to half track and a 3:65 across the finish line at 205.66 miles an hour. Wayne Hoffman, a 993.60, 276 to half track, and he was scooting down there with that big block Chevy Power. 4:23 the elapsed time at 167.9 miles an hour. There's a whole lot of racetrack here at Great Lakes Dragaway, so if they get the parachutes out, it's probably not that big a deal. There's a lot of shutdown area down there, but Keith Zimmer fires the shot early, 365 to take the number one spot and see if anybody can catch up with that one. What a beautiful way to kick things off. I told you it was going to get exciting. For those of you on the live stream and those of you here in person, this is what Funny Car Chaos is all about. I see smiles all around, as a 365 will definitely get your attention. Talk about your old days and that old school funny car racing. That's Hot Rod Herby. From North Platte, Nebraska, Justin Herbst. He's top 3 in points, and he has got as good a chance of taking home that Apple Girl Art Championship trophy that Katie Butera put together. Hot Rod Herby is over on the right side of the racetrack in the Massie transportation lane. The Twist and Shout Chevrolet Beretta, that is Neil Giroux. He comes into this race top 8 in points, and these two teams absolutely shining when the time is right. In 2025, in the racing season, they love to go side by side, head to head, and they have got some great performances under their belt this year. Hot Rod Herby, the Executioner Corvette, over on the right side of the Christmas tree in the Massie transportation lane. First time we saw him was at the Nebraska race up there at Kearney Raceway Park, and he managed to come away with the win. So he's been winning in Funny Car Chaos really ever since he got started with it. Neil Giroux over on the left side of the racetrack. Qualifying. Look at him going side by side down the racetrack. Giroux, Twist and Shout, 429, 167 miles an hour, and Hot Rod Herby a 436 at 161.8 miles an hour. They are cooking down the racetrack. The 103 60-foot for Herby, 104 for Giroux, and both cars at over 161 miles an hour. Now in Funny Car Chaos competition, you'll see some cars go really quick and some goes not quite as quick, and that's proof of the concept. The way we do it is you don't have to race somebody that is got way more budget than you do. The quickest 8 cars are in the A field. The second quickest 8 cars are in the B field. The third quickest 8 cars are in the C field. So that evens it up. The points are awarded exactly the same. 2023 Funny Car Chaos champion Tom Purchase proved that you can be the champion coming from a roots blower car that normally runs in the B field. Hot Rod Herby is hoping to have the opportunity to make it a C field car that gets the championship. Now, these are a pair of cars that you can throw that lack of performance out the window, as both of these cars, when they saw Keith Zimmer go 365, that made them bow up. They're like, holy smoke, you think you got something? Well, I just might have something for you. Both of these teams got a lot of experience racing. Now, the guy on the left side of the racetrack in the Gobbler lane, Ray Drew, a name that is very well known in the world of funny car racing. And tomorrow at high noon, he has got a final round against Bob Albertie Jr. to the Thunder at Okie, as their unfinished business from the Byron Dragway Funny Car Chaos event is going to take place. Over on the right side of the racetrack in the Massie transportation lane, Brian Lewis from the Tulsa, Oklahoma area has got that car. They have a pet name for the car. It's called Linda. The name on the side is Grumpy 2. It's a Hemi-powered Spitzer chassis Mustang that if you get underneath it and see where that car's been, you'll know that car has got a ton of pedigree. So 2 Mustang bodies over supercharged Hemis ready to take the racetrack. Brian Lewis comes into this race with as good as an opportunity as anyone and better than most of taking home the championship in 2025. Ray Drew's got the same thing. Man, they're going side by side in a hurry. What do we got? 378 and 371. 2 more cars over 200 miles an hour. Brian Lewis, 371, goes number 2, 204 miles an hour across the 660, a 9.38 60 foot. Those of you that keep up with those incrementals and you understand what that means, they're feeling good in that Grumpy 2 camp. 250 to half track, a 371 elapsed time at 204, almost 205 miles an hour. So it's not every racetrack that you go to that you start seeing those 200 mile per hour performances show up on the scoreboard, but you're seeing them. We've already seen 3 tonight, and it's early. Ray Drew goes 378 at 201.7 miles an hour, a 9.84, a little for Ray on the 60 foot, 255 to the half track point, but in the 3.7 second zone for both of those cars. Brian Lewis number 2 on the hit parade and Ray Drew number 3. Shout out to Danny and Leslie Smith, the Snafu Racing team, is watching with great interest as they are rooting on Hot Rod Herby, offering them a little bit of support, moral and otherwise. Thanks for tuning in, guys. As the top end clears and the race master gives the signal to fire up, we've got thunder in the pipes. And our next pair coming to the water. Funny Car Chaos Hall of Fame racing team, Beloo Thunder. The Dry Hop King, Jordan Beloo. 1969 Camaro with big block Chevy power. Supercharged, fuel injected with methanol fuel. Dry Hop King. I think he's let his hair grow back out, so Fabio doing the driving. His mom, Janelle. And over on the pit side of the racetrack in the Gobbler lane, that's going to be Jamison Griffin driving the Bedrock Bruiser. You see all these Fred Flintstone inspired apparel. That's the Bedrock Bruiser. Big block Chevy power underneath that 1967 Chevy Camaro body. Griffin on the left side, just about ready. Dry Hop King Jordan Beloo, only room to do one dry hop. So he does the one dry hop, bringing that back in style, getting ready to take a quick trip down that Menace transportation lane. All right, a double shot of Gen 1 Camaro with big block Chevy power underneath those fiberglass bodies. Griffin in the pre-stage. Now, trouble for the Bruiser, but the Beloo Thunder car on the way down that right side lane, stopping the clock with a 432 at 164.7 miles an hour. Well, a part came off the Bedrock Bruiser Camaro, so the race crew will head down there and pick up that part. Dry Hop King Jordan Beloo goes 432 with a 102.60 foot, 283 to half track at 164.7 miles an hour down that right side lane. So the red lights flashing on the Christmas tree while the race crew goes out. Now this is one of those deals you want to be careful when you're picking up parts off of a race car. It's kind of like going to the blacksmith shop and thinking, I'm going to take a look at this horseshoe. And you'll find out it doesn't take very long to look at a horseshoe. So a lot of times you'll see the race crew person that goes out to check out the part on there, apply a little foot action to it, kick it over by the wall. Yeah, poke it with a broom, poke it with the stick, something. But you learn that lesson pretty quick when you work at the racetrack. All right, so tough break for Jamison Griffin. They do get a number on the board, which is important, but it's not the number they're going to live with. 8:26 at 60 miles an hour, but they will get all the parts put back together and be ready for action in that second round of qualifications coming up later this evening. One of those things we were talking about at Coca-Cola Cavalcade of Stars, the UDRA, all the old school days of funny car racing. When you look at the videos that have been put together from the Super 8 and 8mm film that people took at the drag strip back in the 60s and 70s, kind of what you're seeing on the return road right now is what you would see then as the cars coming back on the return road in front of the fans at the racetrack. That bit of nostalgia is not something you see at every racetrack you go to. It's part of what keeps Great Lakes Dragaway a favorite place for many, many people to come and watch some great drag racing. All right, we have the all clear from the top end of the racetrack, and it's go time up here at the starting line. Chatfield got a Wulff Pump C Field victory at Mocan Dragway over the Labor Day weekend at the Labor Day Weekend Classic at Mocan Dragway. He's got that Booz Brothers big block Chevy powered Vega hatchback funny car backing up from the burnout. He's going to be lining up with that Dodge Challenger funny car of Bob Albertie Jr. from Coweta, Oklahoma. The supercharged Hemi underneath that body. So Albertie, second generation racer, raced with his dad. His dad, the Thundering Okie original. Many, many years in alcohol funny car. Bob used to do driving with one of those cars with a motor in the back. And you know what they say in Oklahoma? They say them boys that run them dragsters got their cars all wrong. They're too dang skinny and they're way too long. They need the motor out the front where it belongs. The folks that run them dragsters got their cars all wrong. Albertie. Breaks the traction on the Dodge on the left side of the racetrack, but Chatfield scoots down the right side, 423, 166.97 miles an hour, one flat 60 foot. So Chatfield goes to number 4, Albertie number 9, which is right now number 1 in the B field, but that won't hold up. So the revs sky high for the Thundering Okie Dodge, and he breaks traction at the hit, and they will be working on getting that car back in action for the second round of qualifying coming up, as they want to make sure they get the 5 points in every qualification round. They want to make sure that they are keeping pace with those who are also in the top 10 with them, just to see who finishes the best for the 2025 Championship Tour in Funny Car Chaos. Once again, happy to have all of you in person here at Great Lakes Dragaway for Funny Car Day number 1. This is the first of 2 qualification rounds as Mama Joe looks on.
Angelic and magical, so that magical power, I tried to harness it to fix my bald spot.
All right, so we got fire in the pipes. And another pair of funny cars making their way to the water. Looks like it's going to be the Williams Brothers 200 proof Monte Carlo on the left side. 2022 Funny Car Chaos champion from Glenwood, Iowa, the Williams Brothers. Brand new car for 2025. Not off the shelf. This group, they buy the pipe, they bend it, they weld it, they put it together, and it works well for him.
Weekday mornings on 97.1 FM The Drive.
Rick Stockman, beautiful funny car over on the right side of the Christmas tree in the Manassas transportation lane. Going to try to raise a little on that right side. Williams Brothers continuing to test this car and get it sorted out. They ran a Pontiac Firebird funny car for a long time, and the championship in Funny Car Chaos was not the only championship that car was able to collect, but they decided to update, built them a new car, and they are still testing in 2025 as that car is, even though it's designed to be exactly like the car that it replaced, it's not. So they are continuing to work on it. They had a semi-final finish last week in a big funny car show they were a part of. But that's another car with a clutch. So when he brings it into the pre-stage, then he will bring up the revs when the opponent comes into the stage position. And Kirk Williams using a little more of that lane than he intended to, but a 396 at 152.7 miles an hour as he did have to get off the throttle. That car made a quick move to the left out there just before the finish line. He was off the throttle, 396 at 152 miles an hour. So that car is normally one of those 3.7, 3.6 second cars, 200 miles an hour. But Kirk has to get out of the throttle, and he only manages a 396 at 152.7 miles an hour. Rick Stockman, 491, 132.2 miles an hour, as the car left a little soft, but he does get a decent number on the board. That 491, 132.2 miles an hour has him number 10 on the qualifying list so far.
Maybe your body's like that. Mine was absolutely that way.
We call him Quick Lane Kirk Williams because a few years ago when we went out to Albuquerque Dragway at Albuquerque, New Mexico, the legend had it that it was impossible to go quicker than 4 seconds on the 8th mile at that racetrack. And everybody was bought into that. And so the track owner put up $3,000 for the first person to go under 4 seconds. Well, you know how that goes. Sometimes people say, well, I'll throw a little more on that. So one throws in 500, one throws in another. Next thing you know, it's $6,500 for the first person to do the impossible, which is go under 4 seconds at Albuquerque Dragway. Well, it was pretty much assumed that all the people were right and it couldn't happen. So there wasn't a big rush of people to get to the staging lanes to be the first to try on the track. So it just kind of worked out that Kirk Williams was the first guy to take the racetrack. And he comes up, and the first time he ever go down the racetrack at Albuquerque Dragway, he didn't just break it a little bit. I think he ran 380 something. It was insane. So all that excitement with $6,500 on the line, it was over in 3.9 seconds. And Kirk Williams, that was being a great weekend for them. So they put that money in their pocket, which is kind of what they were accustomed to doing for a long, long time. But Quick Lane Kirk, he went down that left side lane and it had Quick Lane on the, that was the lane sponsor, was Quick Lane oil change. So Quick Lane Kirk Williams, that's how he got the nickname.
414-3221, 800-414-3221.
They're looking to get that car performing back like they know their cars can perform. So checking out the situation at the top end of the racetrack and awaiting word from the shutdown area that we're all clear. As we've got more funny cars to go in our first of 2 qualifying rounds here tonight. All right, so we did get the radio message from the shutdown area. We are all clear and ready for another pair of funny cars here in the first round of qualifying.
From the most iconic bands in classic rock, this is Chicago's 97.1 FM, The Drive.
nostalgic bodies to the latest, most up-to-date top alcohol funny cars in captivity. On the left side of the Christmas tree in the Gobbler Lane, that is Robbie Massie in the Carl's Killer Camaro. One of those quick, fast cars from the state of Iowa that is subject to put up big numbers. And a first-time racer in Funny Car Chaos competition, Bob Stryker, with that good-looking 1957 Chevy body funny car. Gonna take that Manassas transportation lane. All right, so 3.65 seconds, the number to beat so far. Got to tell you, that's going to be a tough number to beat. But there's some folks behind the tower right now that are going to watch this when I get there. Just the attitude that they have. Stryker, double bulbs. Massie, I think, is a clutch car. He's in pre-stage. He'll bring up the rest. So Massie in the Killer Camaro, 365 with a 9, 206.75 miles an hour. Did I mention that some other people might think that 365 wasn't all that? Well, it is all that, but Robbie Massie says, I'll take you. 930 to 60 feet, 245 to half track, and a 206 mile per hour top end charge. That's top speed of the event so far. Robbie Massie, 365 with a 9, number 2 on the qualifying list. You got to go 3 digits to the right of the decimal to find a difference between that and the number 1, but 206 miles an hour, and so we have got another 3.65 on the board, and we're just getting warmed up. Race fans, aren't you glad you came here? I'm glad I'm here for a fact, and I'm glad you're here too. Shout out to John Gardner. I'm glad you picked up on that, my friend. I kind of like that. There checking everything. They've got the mops and they got the brooms, making sure that everything is just right for the next pair. And now, you don't have to be a drag racing expert to watch what's been going on and understand that these folks here at Great Lakes Dragaway know something about track prep. A couple of 365s, a bunch of teams over 200 miles an hour, one over 206 miles an hour. If you think you can get a good drag, you would be absolutely correct. All clear on the top end of the racetrack, and it is time for a lip pop. I think we've got a little nitro Henny coming your way. Jimmy Cullinan in the Irish car bomb. Now you'll catch the difference in the sound between these two. And also some of your other senses will alert you that something is a little different out there. That's what we call POP, CH3NO2, nitromethane fuel. That's what's in the fuel tank of the Irish Car Bomb Gen 2 Camaro on the right side of the Christmas tree in the Manassas transportation lane. Yeah, the eyes will say, that's kind of burning. And the nose the same way. Now there's different sound that comes from those upswept zoomy headers too. A little nitro thunder coming your way. I think we got a couple of nitro cars in the house this weekend. First one we've seen so far, the Irish Car Bomb. Chicagoland entry. Hoping to put up a good performance in front of the home crowd. Now, Lance Van Allen comes from Rhinebeck, Iowa. He's got the big inch Hemi, gulping methanol fuel. That late model Camaro body. He's a guy that's got actually the opportunity to take home 2 trophies this weekend. Tell you. And Jet Car, Georgia's favorite funny car, goes 379 at 199.86 miles an hour, and Tim Cullinan with a 430 at 131. Off the throttle a little bit early on that one, as they will be putting that car through its paces, getting it tuned up for that next qualifying run that they make. 430, 131.0 miles an hour. Not the car's performance potential, but it definitely shows you that it's got some. A 105 60 foot on the right side now, and that car was cooking down that left side, 970 to 60 feet, 254 at the half track, and a 379 at almost 200 miles an hour. Places them right in the middle of Marvin Rodak's Custom Coffee A field. So that's a pretty good place to be. Late model Camaros to 1957 Chevys to Mustang bodies, Corvettes. You can see all kinds of things in the world of funny car chaos competition, because the rule book is, well, we don't have one. We have a very short list. We call it race procedures, but you know, it's basically the quick 8 run each other, the second quick 8 run each other, and the third quick 8 run each other. And it doesn't matter if you've been doing it for a long time, or maybe you've been doing it a long time in pro mods and you decided to step into funny cars like Brian Lewis did. But man, what a transition he has made. And he's one of those guys near the top of the qualification list, as Linda feeling pretty good tonight. We are clear on the top end of the racetrack. And you can tell that because we started up some cars here at the starting line. It is ready. I am ready. You're ready. We're ready for some more funny cars as we are under the lights at Great Lakes Dragaway, Union Grove, one of those places that has been etched in the memories of drag racing fans for, yes, now 70 years. Unbelievable. For those of you at Cordova, that's your signal to take a drink. Fast lane, Shane Lawson on the left side of the Christmas tree, over there closest to the big grandstands on the pit side of the track. Your 2024 Funny Car Chaos champion has got the Man of War 2 Mustang, as his wife and daughter doing double duty as backup wife and backup daughter. And the ferocious Chevy Camaro Luke Furr is going to be on the right side of the Christmas tree in the Madison's transportation lane. Luke Furr hasn't been racing a funny car for very long, but talk about a guy that is a quick study. Got some great equipment and definitely has a hunger to learn. And he has learned very quick. You can get a car that's too quick for your skills, but Luke Furr has definitely got skills, as he's already showing that he knows his way down the racetrack in a funny car. So keep your eyes open. This might be a Kodak moment for a couple of really good times on the scoreboard at the same time. Into the pre-stage goes Luke Furr. Fast lane shift. Lane Shane out front goes 375 at 201, and Luke Furr 395, 186 miles an hour, side by side, 3-second performances You're going to get a chance to see quite a bit of that this weekend as Funny Car Chaos comes to Great Lakes Dragaway for the Championship Finals, edition number 7. This, by the way, is the 64th time there's been a Funny Car Chaos race across this country of ours, and the 79th Chaos branded event since its inception back in the fall of 2017. So Fast Lane Shane goes to number 4. 3.75 elapsed time at 2:01, a 9.42 60-foot. Luke Furr, 9.57 to 60, 2.62 to half track in the 395 at 186 miles an hour. I told you it didn't take him long to learn.
Soccer aficionado. While Jimmy was
I know you're not going to want to tear yourself away from what's happening at the racetrack right now, but at some point when you do choose to go get that official event shirt from the Funny Car Chaos Nitro Chaos merchandise trailer, go by and see Mel and Kathy. They would be delighted to fix you up with the official event shirt. What a great design that is. So you can be ready to be styling and profiling whatever you're doing next week
Samsung and iPhone.
in some of that official Chaos gear.
That's Pokemon.
There on the top end of the racetrack, and big inch race engines coming to life.
Orland Park, visit us at thisreplay.com.
From Senatobia, Mississippi, right along Interstate 55, not too far south of Memphis, Tennessee, Casey Gizland driving that beautiful red 69 Z28 Camaro. They call it the Gambler. Out in front of the Gambler, that is the Queen of Diamonds, Amy Smith, sister to driver Casey Gizland. Doing the backup girl duties, and over on the right side of the Christmas tree, Kevin Newberg. Didn't have him on the early entry list, but man, what a beautiful funny car as Newberg has raced Funny Car Chaos on several occasions. And he's coming back pretty in purple. Gorgeous race car. Set to go down that right side. So a pair of Hemi-powered cars getting ready to come up to the starting line as we have lots of 3-second and over 200-mile-per-hour performances. Let's see what this pair can do here on Friday night. We are under the lights on a beautiful Friday evening. The first of 2 qualifying rounds for our funny car competitors is proving to be good already. And we are getting it done. The Gambler down the left side, 426, 173 miles an hour, 104 to 60. And Newberg goes 470 at 107 down that right side of the racetrack.
Take it from here.
964 to 60 feet for Kevin Newberg. That car was cooking early, but he got a little sideways. He was 269 to the half-track part, and then he began to use way more real estate than they wanted to. That slowed him down to a 470 at 107 miles an hour, so way off their performance potential, but a good number on the board. That 470 right now has them number 16, which would be number 8. Alky Digger B field. Number 11 is Casey Gizland, as he is qualified at the moment number 3 in your Alky Digger B field. But happy to see that car going down the racetrack. Looks to be without problems. That's something that we have definitely been looking forward to seeing, as they've had a challenging year. Maybe this is the week.
Text and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just 20.
on the top end of the racetrack, and Race Master says, light it up. Now ready to bring another funny car up. I think this must be nice. Justin Malot in a beautiful 1957 Chevy funny car from Valparaiso. Justin comes into this race number 5 in the points, hoping to close the deal and take a championship, as they are very serious about doing what it takes to collect an event trophy and hopefully a championship trophy. 1957 Chevy funny car, switched over from big block Chevy power in previous years, and they've got a Ken Singleton high-risk performance tuned Hemi underneath that beautiful body. So Malot going solo down the left side. I think we have 23 cars in the house, so that means there's going to be an odd number. Odd number divided by 2 is going to be a single. And Malot takes it. Justin and Emily Malot racing for the championship, and they are top 5 in funny car points coming into the championship finals. Justin brings that car up towards the first infrared. There it is. Has got the converter car, so take it down the racetrack. That car is going just about as straight as a race car can go. Not a wiggle, not a shake, not a bobble, and a 416 puts him number 1 in the Alkmaar B field. 416. A 103 60 foot, 275 to half track, 168 miles an hour across the finish line. Good run right there for Justin Malot and the Must Be Nice team. Well, race fans, how'd you like them apples? That's the first of 2 qualifying rounds for our funny cars here tonight. There's a lot more racing action coming your way. And we've got another funny car yet to go before we move on into our other classes. Don't forget, race fans, you've also got Brew City Gassers 1320 Legends and Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock in the house. They're going to be coming up after conclusion of this first round of fun car qualifying. Underway. We've got the race crew on the racing surface. Got a report from the shutdown area that they should check the track because there could be some fluid that was put on the racetrack, and so they are going to make their way all the way down to see if there is something. We want to send a high horsepower race car down on top of some fluid off of a race car. So we will give them a few minutes to check that out and see if we're all good to go or not. And we will be back to racing just as soon as we can. So for those of you that came out to watch the races here at Lakes Dragaway, we're excited that you've chosen to be a part of it. Happy to have you with us for the racing. And for those of you watching on the live stream, happy that you decided to tune in. Happy that we're able to bring this to you via the live stream on the Funny Car Chaos YouTube channel. So that you know, there will be a Chaos Live this coming Wednesday. We will recap the championship finals. and give you the results from this weekend's racing and give you a preview of the Nitro Chaos Championship Finals coming up from Mid-State Dragway down at Havana, Illinois, which is next weekend. So we are at that point in the racing season where the championships are being decided. Funny Car Chaos Championship Finals this weekend and Nitro Chaos Championship Finals next weekend. If you want to ride down there to Havana, Illinois for that Nitro Chaos Championship Finals, I know you're going to have a good time.
Please, Brew City Gassers to lanes 3 and 4. While my computer operator's having a sneezing fit over here, wow. You all right, man? Brew City Gassers to lanes 3 and 4, please. Do your interpretation of what these funny car teams are doing. You can put yourself in the rumble seat of the Proud American or the Loud American ride dragsters, and they will be happy to introduce you to the thrill of going down Great Lakes Dragaway's fabled surface at a high rate of speed.
Fortune is back.
So go by and let them explain the deal to you. You can choose the Proud American or the Loud American, and you'll be talking about that ride as long as you live.
You know, the bad thing about doing something like that is you're going to get hooked, and then you're going to end up buying a race car, and you're going to go race it. I just about guarantee it.
Stream on Hulu.
Well, you know, there's on the way up here, I passed Six Flags Great America. There's a lot of folks that, you know, go for a thrill ride, and they go back, and they go back, and they go back, and they back. I can tell you there's no thrill ride like the one that's available this weekend here at Great Lakes Dragaway with Proud American Motorsports.
Competitors priced by up to $1,000 guaranteed. So call today for your free in-home estimate.
You can see the race crew is still out there surveying the track.
IPD cases than any other.
Going to make sure we are 100% good to go. We've got our next categories that have been called and put on standby. We'll get to racing here in just a little bit.
Have a weekend to mute.
race teams
I've had the same auto insurance.
put up their initial performances here tonight at Great Lakes Dragaway.
Just paid whatever they told me. And they call it auto discount policy. And found out I was over.
Defending champions from last year's championship finals in the Rodak Custom Coffee A field, Lance Van Houen got a win in the final round over Fast Lane Shane Lawson.
650.
In the Alky Digger B field, Mike Newkirk got a win over the Blue Max with Ronnie Young aboard. In the Wulff Pump C field, your 2024 event winner was Colin Thomas and Twisted Sister Mustang over Smokey Blanton in the Joker.
No obligation, no hassle, just real savings you can start putting back in your pocket today. Call 800-37...
Van Houen and Lawson are here in 2025 with a lot of points implications and championship implications on the line each time they go down the racetrack.
Of course, the adventures, too. Of luxury and affordable vehicles is why car buyers trust us and keep coming back. Taking care of you every day.
Racer peoples, got a nitro funny car, Kevin Lennon. Periodically races with us in Funny Car Chaos competition. It's not all that often, but I was beginning to wonder if we were going to see him in 2025, but he came through, and he's got a different car, and it's a looker, and it still sounds awesome. That big nitro Hemi is getting ready to rock your world on the Manassas transportation side of the Christmas tree. Kevin Lennon has the car fired up and ready to go.
Credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt night.
You can hear it, you can smell it, you can feel it. The zombie nitro Hemi underneath that white Dodge Avenger body. Making his first qualifying run this weekend at Great Lakes Dragaway. As the sun goes down and you can start to see the header flames beginning to form, coming up from those zoomy headers. Now when he brings the car up in stages, gets a chance to go down the racetrack, that's when you'll see the header flames really come up. For the uninitiated, the headers on a funny car or a dragster, they call them zoomies. There is a reason they are designed the way they are. There is force that comes from those exhaust gases being forced out of the pipes. The pipes are pointed backwards. That gives a push, and before the exhaust gases leave, it exerts downforce on the car. So it's not just because they look cool, it's because it serves a function. Kevin Lennon with the candles lit goes down that right side to a 450 at 164 miles an hour. That'll place him number one in the Wulff Pump C field so far. So happy to have the zombie crew, Kevin Lennon and his organization, back in Funny Car Chaos competition. And he winds up number 17, which is number one in the Wulff Pump C field for the moment. There's two more qualification rounds yet to run. One is tonight, one is tomorrow. So we'll see the qualification list get shook up probably several times, and see how it winds up before we go to first round eliminations coming up tomorrow afternoon. Round coming up, just about 8:30, 8:30-ish, give or take just a little bit, and so about an hour and a half, you can come back for some more funny car qualifying here at Great Lakes Dragaway, 7th annual Funny Car Chaos Championship Finals. Happy to have you here.
I'm so ugly, that's okay.
Welcome to Great Lakes Dragaway in Union Grove, Wisconsin. It is the eve of championship race day for Funny Car Chaos, concluding for the first time ever right here at this historic facility. And we have a historic championship battle. 3 main contenders, though there are others with a mathematical shot. At the top, you have Keith Zimmer, a former champion in the Outlaw Fuel Altered Association. Tied with him, a typical C-field competitor in which Keith Zimmer will probably never see as an A-field competitor is Justin Herbst, affectionately known as Hot Rod Herby. And only 8 points back going into qualifying today here at Great Lakes Dragaway is rookie funny car sensation in the chaos, Brian Lewis. We have got a tight championship battle. All the action is going down here at Great Lakes Dragaway Friday and Saturday. We're going to hear from the drivers, and we want to see you at the drags. That is the power plant for the penny pincher. Keith Zimmer, the driver, you come in atop the leaderboard in points of Funny Car Chaos, though tied with someone in the C field that you more than likely will not see here in the championship finals. What's it like trying to win a championship in chaos like that?
Well, it's certainly different, Chris, structured chaos to make it fair for everybody, so everybody can come out here, whether you're a 360 car or a 5-second car, and compete for a championship, and it's certainly unique. Only thing I can do is worry about what I control, which is me, and so we're going to try to qualify one and win the race, and what Justin does, well, that's up to him. I don't control that.
What does it take specifically to win a championship? You're no stranger to championships, being a 2-time champion of the Outlaw Fuel Altered Association.
Well, it takes a lot of good people. Unfortunately, I'm surrounded with a lot of good people at the track and back at the shop working on the car. It does take several pennies to have the right equipment, but you definitely got to have the good people.
Justin Herbst and Section 8 Racing, they are second in points, yet tied. Section 8, I imagine a lot of the competitors wish you'd give up some points that you've earned to put you in this place, Justin, with a possibility to win the championship out of the C field in Funny Car Chaos.
I think there's a lot of A and B field cars worried about it. We've just been doing our thing, and it's kind of just benefited this year. Hopefully we don't step on our own feet and trip on this one.
This This wild but beautiful machine, known as Grumpy 2, is piloted by Brian Lewis. And for someone that isn't used to being underneath the flop top, you've been making it looking easy. And here you are with an opportunity not that far out, being in third, to get a championship in chaos.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. No matter how it turns out this weekend, it's been a good year. Got to owe it all to my crew, Jeff Holloway, Jeff Pierce, my tuner, and we're just going to race our own race and see what happens.
Race fans, get ready. The chaos is back. Join us at Mid-State Dragway in Havana, Illinois, Friday night and Saturday, October 3rd and 4th for the Twisted Shifterz and 360 Steel Nitro Chaos Championship Finals. Presented by Morrow Brothers Ford. Outlaw nitro burning drag racing action like you've never seen before. Kids 13 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass. Visit midstatedragway.racing for more information. It's the loudest, fastest, and wildest race of the year. The GFE Awnings Nitro Chaos Championship is on the line. Be there. Race fans, get ready. The inaugural Fuel Altered Chaos rocks historic Tucson Dragway Friday night and Saturday, November 14th and 15th. Round-pounding fuel altered from across the country. Go into 200-mile-per-hour combat with historic names like the Mob, Rat Poison, Bradford's Fiat, and Sheepherder. Take on new school hitters like Cone Hunter, Witch Doctor, Blown Scentless, and many more. See Bodacious Backup Girl, Header Flame, and Run What You Brung drag racing like Tucson hasn't seen in decades. Kids 12 and under are free. Visit TucsonDragway.com for more information. November 14th and 15th. Be there! Race fans, this is the one you've been waiting for. It's Match Race Madness at North Florida Motorplex. October 31st to November 1st. This two-day festival of horsepower will feature nitro-burning funny cars, dragsters, and alters, plus nitro-sculpting pro mods. Catch Farm Truckination in action to meet the stars on Street Outlaws. Kids 12 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass. It's Match Race Madness, October 31st to November 1st. Mark those calendars and make plans to be there.
Funny Car Chaos presents the Battle on the Bayou at State Capitol Raceway in Baton Rouge. Presented by Laris Motorsports Insurance. Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th. Ground-pounding outlaw funny cars take the stage Friday night at 8 and Saturday at 5 and 8. Plus, meet special guests. TV's favorite 405 Outlaws, Farm Truck and Asian both days. Kids 12 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass. We got funny cars. We got farm trucks. We got 2 full days of drag racing. October 24th and 25th. It's high-octane family fun at State Capitol Raceway.
Driven Racing Oil's GP1 Nitro 70. Trusted by top engine builders, winning racers, and devoted horsepower enthusiasts across the world. Driven takes legendary base oils, such as the ones from Brantford, Pennsylvania, which comprise our GP1 line. Then, we boost that superior base oil with state-of-the-art additive packages. Driven's GP1 Nitro 70 not only provides anti-wear protection, but can shield cylinders from washout and fuel dilution caused by methanol or nitro-based fuel. Learn more about Driven Racing Oil by following us on Facebook or Instagram at Driven Racing Oil, or shop now at drivenracingoil.com.
There are innovators, and there are duplicators. Your engine knows the difference. Comp Cam's camshafts are always original designs. From precision engineering to premier manufacturing and unrivaled testing again and again by the most advanced engineering team and equipment in the industry. Buy the original, not an imitation. Copies might look the part, but horsepower doesn't lie. Comp Cams, no comparison.
For over 40 years, Mile High Crankshafts, located in Denver, Colorado, has provided the highest quality crankshaft repair and modification services available and serves all forms of motorsports competition. Whether a precision grind or repair from a catastrophic failure, Mile High Crankshafts understands the attention to detail required to maintain the integrity demanded by high-performance engine builders. Just ask Bill Bernard, driver of the Grinder Funny Car. Call us today at 303-781-6764. Find us on Facebook or visit www.milehighcranks.com. Founded in 1968, Grand Prix Auto Sports Center has been serving the greater Tulsa area and nationwide for over 56 years. Over 3.5 million part numbers available to you in stock from all the leading high-performance manufacturers. We've got parts, we've got nitrous and fuel, we've got what you need to go fast in many forms of motorsports. Swing by the shop, give us a call, or browse our catalog online at GrandPrixAuto.com.
Spell Paving Services provides professional.
Ride of a lifetime here in the road lane. Check this thing out. Oh man, another one rattling the tires right at the head. I believe that was Keith driving. Keith behind the wheel of the dragster, somebody going along for a nice ride. Get to experience tire shake, and if you got any fillings in your mouth, they might have just fell out. Racing against the Mustang. Chad Buzzo in lane number 2, the Manassas Transportation side, going up against the Hulk in the spectator lane, Gobbler Theater side. 1935 Packard, one of the oldest cars on the property. And definitely not the slowest car. They are side by side. 1036 to a 1086. Well, 56 Chevrolet, a little bit of dry hop there. Nick Fairchild driving the 58 Chevrolet. 1956 versus 1958. clutch car in the left lane. I'm not sure about the big 58. I think that's an automatic. Wow, that big 58 puts it way up in the air. That is a heavy car, and he got the front end all the way up. And the 931 to a 993. 1320 Legends, you should be in the staging lanes. 1320 Legends, 1 and 2, please. All right, now keep an eye on this machine, the Sinister Chevrolet of Mike Stockinger. And Neil Brown driving the 51 Fleet Line. After all these years, I stopped calling it a fleet side. It's a fleet line. I don't know why. I always kept saying fleet side. That's right. It's still a Chevrolet. Look at him up in the air. All the way up to the bumper. He brings it down nice and soft, and out he goes. Not quite soft, but soft enough. 1045 with a 5 to a 1046 with a 1. Kodak moment right here. The two Corvettes side by side. John Riedenbach, the vice president of the Brew City Gassers, driving that machine built by Roulaine and Butera. Like a douche. You may remember the name Little John Butera. He moved to the West Coast and built street rods and funny cars for a long time.
Loose like a deuce.
Got his start right here in Wisconsin.
We're 32 Ford Coupe.
Paul Zielsdorf in the right lane from Schofield, Wisconsin, driving that beautiful machine that he created just about all himself. I don't know if he built the chassis or not, but I know he did all the body work on that car, and he's been in that engine more than you can imagine. Corvette versus Corvette. Riedenbach out ahead. Paul having engine troubles first time out tonight. He is keeping up with them side by side. 880 to a 923. 151 mile an hour top end charge in the left lane. 148 for Paul. All right, Brindley's Bullet in the left lane. Oh, wait a minute. That's Matt Bowl driving the Chevy Deuce. Dean Trowbridge in the Willys. Brew City Gassers side by side, second round. Willys leaving them in the dust at the hit. Trowbridge pouring it on at the top end. 10 and 12 at 130 miles an hour to a 10:38 at 127. It's good to see the Blacktop Bully back out again. Rich Meyer in the spectator lane, the Gobbler Theater side. After the catastrophic events that have happened to that vehicle, he's got it all back together again and racing this year. It's good to see him back on the track. Bob Neves driving the 57 Chevrolet, coming up in the Manasys Transportation lane. To a 1226. 107 miles an hour for Neves. Not bad. That thing is street driven, and it's a street driven car. a single in the right lane. The Sour Grapes AFX car, altered wheelbase Chevrolet. 10:37 with a 7 at 131 miles an hour. And we got a pair of Willies. And you know, you can pronounce it Willies or Willis. And there is a story behind that as to why it was originally called Willis. The founder of the company, his name actually was Willis, not Willies. But our troops in World War II, they started to call the Jeeps Willies, and the name stuck. That's a piece of useless information I learned a long time ago. Tony Zampetta in the left lane, the James Gang, Dodge-powered machine in the right lane.
Hours 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. to register.
So if somebody calls it a Willis, they're not wrong. Remember that. Zampetta puts it way up in the air at the head. Brings it down soft enough to keep it going. 9:42 with a 9 at 135 miles an hour. Zampetta with a 12:31, taking it easy after that big wheel stand.
The drive.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one partner. To get access to over 3 million products, including many products you won't find in our stores. It's time to get delivery on your schedule or next day on over 50,000 products. And time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our stores. From ordering to planning, we've got you. One partner, any job, all in. Ask about all we can now do at the Pro Desk. The Home Depot Pro is about time.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
All right, Veronica driving the little Dodge Dart, big motor in it. Mike Freund in the 56 Chevrolet.
Staples really came through. They printed menus and signs.
May or may not have figured I'm a Mopar guy.
Not quite.
One of these years, my 66 Dodge will be back out. Keep saying that. I need a sponsor to come over and help me work on the car and keep me focused. Midwest Nostalgia Pro Stock Association, we need you to lanes 3 and 4, please. Pro Stocks, the lanes 3 and 4. Tom Dreyer, the Psychotic Reaction Chevrolet. You may remember that song. It was a band called the Count 5, and it was the only hit they ever had. But they did put out a few records. Dave Glupke, driving the American Motors machine from Union Grove, Wisconsin.
Retail chains and tech giants are all adding plus.
Both of these cars should be in the high 10s.
But we think these big wigs found their inspiration for plus at Hassel's Mansion.
The paint job on that car in the left lane has been that way since he found that car, except for the name on the side. So that paint job is about 40 years old. 1067 to a 1092. There's your club president, Mark Davis, driving the King Rant 55 Chevrolet. That is a car that came from the West Coast. That car originally raced out at Famoso and other tracks out there in,
Or maybe we should change our name to...
out in California.
Nah.
Justin Winky driving
An employee-free show.
the Chevelle
Or shop online at
Superstition.
paid for by auto discount policy. Oh man.
Those are the cars that I used to build model cars when I was a kid, and they all looked like that. They had side pipes and they were jacked up in the back end. Because that was the thing. That's what it was. There's people out there that know what I'm talking about. Don't lie. Side by side, Davis out ahead just a little bit. 962 to 997. And here comes another car that hasn't been down the track yet. Brian Fortier.
I'm going right now.
Don't settle for the
6 tail lights in the left lane. That's a street-driven car. We have video footage of that car on the drift pad.
There's no obligation.
And he also ran that car during Sick Week last year. He made it all the way through Sick Week driving that car without braking.
That's 800
So a drag and drive veteran in the left lane. Bruce Henning driving the Riddler in the right lane. 56 Ford Victoria. 26 to an 11:21. Just a few mile an hour between them at the top end.
Road today, 708-222-2222.
Bob Boysonet, I saw you called me. I'll try giving you a call. I'm sorry I missed your call.
Innovative upgrade. Of course, the adventures too.
All right, here we go. Things are happening that we can't talk about. The panty dropper just came out.
Vehicles is why car buyers trust us.
Patrick Hampton all the way from Indiana. Bringing the hot rod back out. Drag strip blonde. Helping to get that car backed up. Patrick also owns a really cool gold Corvette. All vintage, old school hot rod. Original flake paint job that probably was put on the car a few years after it was new. And it's a daily driver. He's got some amazing equipment. Craig Ziegler, driving the Chevrolet in lane number 2. Remember they were campaigning a car called the Seam Ripper as well for a while. A dragster like that with an inline 6 motor. That thing was fun. All right, making their way in. Ziegler quicker at the head, but Hampton driving around them. 790 at 167 miles an hour. 927 at 124 in the Chevrolet. 790. All right, a big smoking burnout for Cooter in the left lane. Kevin Penn
from Verizon Pure Talk.
Old school driving the Archie Bunker machine.
How can those
Kenny Hubach out of the West Bend area driving the Plum Loco 33 Willys. And I'll be completely honest, my favorite year of Willys is the 33. It's just such a neat looking car. Remember cars like Ohio George?
$12 billion a year on advertising and promotion.
All kinds of neat machines throughout the years in that body style.
Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you a headlight.
All right, Chevrolet on alcohol going up against the Willys. Only takes Kenny a little bit before he gets right back in the swing of things. 075 at the hit in the right lane. 878 to an 882. Beautiful side-by-side run. 0.05 of a second between them at the top end. And that is it for the Brew City Gassers. Our 1320 Legends coming up next. Brian Shahelski driving the alternate. And it looks like the Brew City Gassers are going to do another parade lap coming down the return road. All right, I believe that is Ray Stone in the right lane. Memory serves me correctly. America's 1320 Legend in the house. Getting a little out of shape in the right lane right at the head. But he makes up for lost time and drives around. No, almost. 914 to 971. Shahelski gets there first. Make some noise for your favorite Brew City Gasser as they come down the return road. How about it? The whole group coming back together. You can tell some of the really old headlights that are in some of these cars yet. Let's That's what I would do. I'd get some really old headlights and put them in a car. You can barely see the yellow light, right? All right, looks like they got Pure Evil sorted back out. Big smoke and burnout for Devin Recco in the Manassas Transportation Lane. 2 full-body front-engine dragsters. They may look like they're old, but they're not that old. That's the beautiful thing about these machines. And like you were saying before, the engine's in the right place. You can see what's going on. You can tell if there's a problem because you're looking right at it. On a 440 cubic inch power plant in the left lane. I'm not sure what he's got in between the frame rails in the right lane. The whole Price family goes drag racing. The patriarch of the Price family is in his mid-70s and he still drag races out here all the time. Farm race car in the right lane. Such a beautifully designed machine. Motor's in the right spot, the driver's in the right spot, the cage is leaned back the way it should be. Both cars pre-staged. Side by side. Devin way out ahead in the right lane. 7:15 at 190 miles an hour to a 7:67 side-by-side 7-second run. I guarantee you by the end of this weekend you'll see 6s out of that car. Fuse thing having some troubles. You come out of the water box and when it's hitting up against the wall, something not right with the car. I can't tell. It doesn't sound like it's running. Kenny Thatcher almost all the way down to the 8th mile mark. That would be what we would call a Chi-Town hustler burnout. Your president of the 1320 Legends, 064 at the hit. Beautiful run right down Broadway. 796 at 165 miles an hour for Kenny Thatcher. Running a bracket car, ran a 796 and a 797. All right, this is going to be a good side-by-side race. All right, here we go.
Dear Mr. Cooper, wanted to ask you for one rock.
Altered versus Dragster.
Rock and roll Dave Mustaine. I love most of his songs, and I heard that you actually got
See Levi's car rocking just a little bit there in the right lane.
checks are good for him. Have you seen him in recent times? And how was he like?
Trying to get that thing inched up.
Also, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, can you play one of my favorite songs from him? Lucretia. Also,
shutting it down early in the left lane. And Levi, I don't know what we didn't get a time on that run. For whatever reason, we did not get a time on the scoreboard for that run. Oh, there it is. Hey, it's like magic. 7:07 with a 9 at 172 miles an hour. It's magic. 7:04 and a 7:07 for Vandenberg. He'll get that car down into the sixes tomorrow.
I've been through a lot. Came out the other way.
11:11 at 62 miles an hour, shutting it down way early in the left lane. Hopefully it didn't hurt anything.
AliceIsAddict.com. Stick around for some freaky facts right after this.
Alice will be right back with more rock and roll that doesn't suck.
It's time. Time for the pro to get everything for the entire job, all from one part.
All right, there's Hollywood. Hollywood Richie Amato in the left lane.
Time to get dedicated support on the job site or in our store. From ordering to planning, we've got you.
Racing against.
Jobs, all ask about all we can.
Racing against that guy. Who is that guy? Eric Whalen. That's who that guy is.
Opening my own coffee shop.
I smell a caffeinated catastrophe.
And I needed many.
Another pair of 7-second machines.
It was a reality check.
Staples really came through. They printed menus, signs, and flyers.
I told you a little bit about Hollywood Richie Amato, and
I got $125 off my custom print order.
some of the stuff that he's driven throughout the years. When I first started working here, he was driving a Pro Mod Corvette.
Reality stored online in 11 weddings. Live is at staples.com/report-and-pay.
And he was driving a dragster. Then he had a jet car for a while. Then he drove the Shake, Rattle, and Run Pro Mod 57 Chevrolet.
We need a Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions.
You name it. He's been behind the wheel of it.
And they're not true solutions. Surgery.
They were involved with Romeo Palomides, and we got a little bit of sparkage. He hit the wall in the right lane. Was it the wheelie bar? Okay, it was a wheelie bar hitting the bump. I thought it might have been a header hitting the wall, but it was a wheelie bar dragging, because he was in the marbles. He was right along the wall.
You stop the need for Band-Aids.
I don't think we have any...
One of the things that really will do for you is the late nerve part. Get too close to the wall in the first minute of the hit. That looks like everything's okay. drivers taking it easy going on the track here, 15 seconds. Streetcar run for both guys. A little bit of prep work out there, and we'll be back underway racing. Don't go anywhere, man. We still got a whole other round of funny car action coming at you. Funny car trios for first time. And it's not just any funny car trios. It is.
Laris Motorsports Insurance offers drag racers the broadest insurance policies in the industry. Laris Motorsports Insurance was created by racers for racers. Laris insures race cars on and off the track, trailers and equipment. Laris even pays racers contingencies at the fling bracket races. Don't wait until it's too late. Call Laris Motorsports Insurance today.
What can 360 Steel do for you? We make custom steel products made right here in Illinois. Fire pits of all kinds, knockdown styles to take along anywhere. Hold your drinks high with our drink stands while pouring horseshoes or bags. We have a complete line of military to firefighter signs, flags, hats, stickers, and more, along with many styles of decor. Welcome signs and custom clocks to a number of different monograms and signs. Personalized, custom options for your perfect sign. Bare steel or powder coated to last indoors and outdoors. 360steel.com. Spell it out. 360steel.com. Check out Twisted Shifterz for the largest selection of made in the USA custom shift knobs and adapters. Made for muscle cars, old and new, hot rods to race cars, and for the big rigs. With our original shift toppers adapter for the air shifters to use any threaded shift knob like the old days. Add custom lettering and logos to make it your own custom shift knob. TwistedShifters.com. We are made in America and we ship worldwide.
Motorsports Products is your first stop for quality safety equipment for your car or your driver. All of our safety equipment products are made in our facility in Albany, Oregon. From custom fit fire suits to racing seat belts, supercharger restraints, engine diapers, transmission blankets, and many other must-have items. Our racing history runs deep. We are racers building the finest safety equipment for racers. And we're a proud supporter of the Chaos.
Driven Racing Oil's GP1 Nitro 70. Trusted by top engine builders, winning racers, and devoted horsepower enthusiasts across the world. Driven takes legendary base oils, such as the ones from Branford, Pennsylvania, which comprise our GP1 line. Then, we boost that superior base oil with state-of-the-art additive packages. Driven's GP1 Nitro 70 not only provides anti-wear protection, but can shield cylinders from washout and fuel dilution caused by methanol or nitro-based fuel. Learn more about Driven Racing Oil by following us on Facebook or Instagram at Driven Racing Oil, or shop now at drivenracingoil.com.
Spell Paving Services provides professional customer service and performance for your next industrial or large-scale private paving project. From parking lots, roads, and driveways to seal coat, chip seal, concrete, and asphalt, there's no job too big for the team at Spell Paving Services. Serving a 500-mile radius from Dallas-Fort Worth, Spell Paving Services has you covered. Call 214-384-3056 to get a competitive quote today and tell them the Chaos sent you.
Tucson Dragway, fuel altereds. There's a history right here at this facility of those two being paired together. So when there was an opportunity for something such as fuel altered chaos, why did you jump on it?
Well, number one, I've watched Chris and his wife at a few different events, and I've seen their banquet they put on, and I was very impressed at how professional that they are putting everything together like they do. And it just seemed like a really good fit. I've been watching them grow their brand, and they put on amazing races. They've got fantastic cars that show up, as well as the spectator support has been unbelievable. So, and they, as they're growing their brand, we need more on the West Coast. And like you said, Tucson Dragway has always been big about the fuel altered nationals. So this is our way of bringing it back to Tucson.
What do you envision? It comes around November and people are rolling into this place along with fuel altereds. What do you hope to see, Mr. Hughes?
I think what we're going to see for the inaugural race, we're going to see a lot of enthusiasm. We've got already over 30 pre-entered fuel altered cars, which is crazy. They're coming from all over the country. And I think this is going to turn into a destination race. You can pretty much rely on what the weather's going to be like. The weather's going to be good, a little chilly at night in November, which you're going to see a lot of flames out of with the nitro cars. And I think that the vibe, what we do here is we put on a party, and usually a drag race breaks out. So I think when people show up, they're gonna be amazed at what we've done to the facility itself, and the racers will really enjoy the track and the atmosphere.
You mentioned Tucson's kind of this hidden gem in Arizona overall, and I would say you've got a hidden gem of a racing facility from what I have seen here in Tucson Dragway. So do you hope something like fuel altered chaos will become something that can, well, elevate Tucson Dragway, put it on the map, and make it not just a place for fuel-altered racers, but all racers to experience racing right here in Tucson?
I believe we will. I believe once the fuel-altered chaos comes to town, it's really going to it's going to bring a lot of attention to the track, and it's going to bring a lot of racers that haven't been here before, and they're going to look at the track, like you said, as a gem itself, let alone how much there is to do in Tucson. So you bring your family, you plan your trip, and you plan it, and that's usually what makes a great event, is when mom and the kids, everybody's got something to do. But the biggest thing, when they come to the track and they're treated with respect, and they're treated the way I've always been wanted to be treated in my 48 years of racing. You know what a racer expects when they come through the gate, and we try to give them that hospitality, and we try to give them the respect, because we know they're spending a lot of money, and when they come here, we want this to feel like home to them.
Race fans, get ready. The inaugural Fuel Altered Chaos rocks historic Tucson Dragway Friday night and Saturday, November 14th and 15th. Ground-pounding fuel altered from across the country go into 200-mile-per-hour combat with historic names like the Mob, Rat Poison, Bradford's Fiat, and Sheepherder. Take on new school hitters like Cone Hunter, Witch Doctor, Blown Scentless, and many more. See Lunisha's Backup Girl, Header Flame, and run what you brung drag racing like Tucson hasn't seen in decades.
Kids 12 and under are free. Visit TucsonDragway.com for more information.
The Chi-Town Hustler has hustled on to a win here at Cordova Dragway for the Twisted Shifterz 360 Steel Summer Nationals, driven by Mike Minnick. This is his first Funny Car Chaos win. He's won in Chaos before at the inaugural Nitro Chaos at Eddyville Raceway Park in Eddyville, Iowa. In the B field, he's a B field Alky Digger B field winner now in Funny Car Chaos. Mike getting the gear off, piloting a well-known, historic nameplate, if you will, in drag racing, and takes it to another event championship here at Cordova. Mike Minnick, you're a winner in Funny Car Chaos.
Yeah. Well, it's about more exciting of a final round than I was anticipating. I saw a lot of Bobby's car in my lane, but luckily we didn't get together. So I just have to thank you, Mary, Larry, Coglany. This is their car. Can't do this without them. They're the ones who make this happen. All my guys, Bill, my dad, my brother, Chubbs. These guys.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, it was exciting, huh?
Yeah. Everything okay?
I didn't feel a jerk. I don't think he hit me. So yeah, thanks to my guys. Thanks to Chris and Tara Graves for doing this too. They give us a place to race, so I got the win. It's all that matters, right?
Bobby Martin in the Supercharger, runner-up here at Cordova Dragway. Bobby, I know it was an eventful final, but what an eventful comeback. 09 U.S. Nationals winner. Last race in NHRA from what we can tell, 09. You've been out of a funny car for like 10 years or more. Here you are. You're making a final at a big funny car race at Cordova Dragway.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was such a thrill to line up against the Chi-Town Hustler. And then it turned into a funny car race. These things happen. Apologize to those guys, but our crew, Frank Parker, John, Jason, of course, my wife, Lori, they all did a fantastic job. It took us a long time to get here, working every day, but this event was awesome. We just enjoyed it from the minute we came into the gate till right now. Just an amazing event. We loved it.
Well, we're glad to have you at Chaos. We look forward to seeing you getting chaotic again.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Another first-time winner here at the Summer Nationals at Cordova Dragway. Brian Lewis getting out of his hot rod, known as Grumpy 2. Well, they're certainly not going to be grumpy about this. Ecstatic, rather, about winning here the Twisted Shifterz 360 Steel Summer Nationals. Did it over stiff competition in the Rodax Custom Coffee A field to pick up his first Funny Car Chaos win right here at a big one, the Summer Nationals at the historic Cordova Dragway. Brian, first time to win in Chaos.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yeah, gonna get a little emotional here, but thanks to my crew, my wife, tuner Jeff Pierce, fabricator Jeff Holloway. Thank you, Stroud Safety, Kryptonite Customs, BNC Trailers. You guys do it. Thank you.
Lovell getting out of his giant killer funny car, as they have dubbed it. We had to well, almost do it twice, but we get the Wulff Pumps Seafield final in, and Mr. Lovell is the winner here at the Summer Nationals at Cordova Dragway. Lee, you just complete a trio of first-time Funny Car Chaos winners for the Summer Nationals. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was a battle, but we got it. We broken valve spring, and we just had some problems with tire shake and things of that nature, but at the end of the day, the good Lord was on our side, and praise God, we made it happen. They did a great job. They ran great. Kind of stinks what happened with the light and having to do a redo, but at the end of the day, all the work paid.
Funny Car Chaos presents the Battle on the Bayou at State Capitol Raceway in Baton Rouge. Presented by Laris Motorsports Insurance. Friday and Saturday, October 24th and 25th. Ground-pounding outlaw funny cars take the stage Friday night at 8 and Saturday at 5 and 8. Plus, meet special guests. TV's favorite 405 Outlaws, Farm Truck and Asian both days. Kids 12 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass. We got funny cars. We got farm trucks. We got 2 full days of drag racing. October 24th and 25th. It's high-octane family fun at State Capitol Raceway. Be there.
Race fans, this is the one you've been waiting for. It's Match Race Madness at North Florida Motorplex.
October 31st and November 1st.
This 2-day festival of horsepower will feature nitro-burning funny cars, dragsters, and alters,
Plus nitro sculpting pro mods.
Catch farm truckadation in action to meet the stars of Street Outlaws.
Kids 12 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass. It's Match Race Madness,
October 31st and November 1st. Mark those calendars and make plans to be there.
Race fans, get ready. The Chaos is back. Join us at Mid-State Dragway in Havana, Illinois. Friday night and Saturday, October 3rd and 4th for the Twisted Shifterz and 360 Steel Nitro Chaos Championship Finals.
Presented by Morrow Brothers Ford.
Outlaw nitro-burning drag racing action like you've never seen before.
Kids 13 and under are free, and every ticket is a pit pass.
Visit midstatedragway.racing for more information.
It's the loudest, fastest, and wildest race of the year. The GFD Awnings Nitro Chaos Championship is on the line. Be there. Race fans, get ready. The inaugural fuel-altered Chaos rocks historic Tucson Dragway Friday night and Saturday, November 14th and 15th.
Ground-pounding fuel-altered from across the country go into 200-mile-per-hour combat with historic names like the Mob, Rat Poison, Bradford's Fiat, and Sheepherder. Take on new school hitters like Conan, Witch Doctor, Blown Scentless, and many more.
See Bodacious Backup Girl.
Header Flame and Run What You Brung drag racing like Tucson hasn't seen in decades.
Kids 12 and under are free. Visit TucsonDragway.com for more information.
November 14th and 15th.
They have got them on the ground, they've got them hooked up, and they're on their way to the staging lane. And we have some more that will be following up with that, but funny cars, second round qualifying. Let's get them to the staging lane, please. Same drill as last time, lanes 1 and 5. You're probably going to want to switch lanes, but anyway, funny cars, second round qualifying. To the staging lane, please.
Switching to Progressive is a game.
Chainsaw Chuck.
And that reminds us of other game-winning.
Chuck the Grinder.
It was a doubleheader at us. They're really hot.
Hacksaw Chuck. He's got a lot of aliases, I'll tell you what.
Come around yelling, let's go, Chuck.
And he is the chief fabricator on that machine, and if you would have seen what he started with on that thing, you would be amazed. It was basically a cab and a couple of frame rails.
You know, after he goes all the way down to 1320 on the back bumper, you know what he's called when he sets it down, right?
What's that?
Ground chuck.
Oh. All right, he's got flames coming out of one of the pipes.
50,000 or 500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're
old school technology getting them flame shooters working. Chainsaw Chuck in the house, the Chevy Rebellion 2 wheel stander.
TRA can eliminate.
And he did his little initial pass to see how things were hooking and see what was going on.
You a fresh start. Our passion is
getting a feel for the environment and the racing surface.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid.
Wants to back it up and get it in the right spot, get it in the groove.
By visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-797.
Wasn't happy where he had that truck sitting, so he's moving it around just a little bit.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Skechers, comfort is a happen. You just make a shoe and hope it comes.
And Chainsaw Chuck.
Skechers air-cooled memory foam.
Chuck Norris. Gets it up on two wheels and he is taking it down a right lane. Brings it down 1062 at 122 miles an hour.
Just step into your shoes and put them on.
Chainsaw Chuck and the Chevy Rebellion 2 wheel stander. Owned and operated by Randy Henning, driven and built by Chuck Young.
Welcome to Great Lakes Dragaway in Union Grove, Wisconsin. It is the eve of championship race day for Funny Car Chaos, concluding for the first time ever right here at this historic facility. And we have a historic championship battle. 3 main contenders, though there are others with a mathematical shot. At the top, you have Keith Zimmer, a former champion in the Outlaw Fuel Altered Association. Tied with him, a typical C-field competitor in which Keith Zimmer will probably never see as an A-field competitor is Justin Herbst, affectionately known as Hot Rod Herby. And only 8 points back going into qualifying today here at Great Lakes Dragaway is rookie funny car sensation in the chaos, Brian Lewis. We have got a tight championship battle. All the action is going down here at Great Lakes Dragaway Friday and Saturday. We're going to hear from the drivers, and we want to see you at the drags. That is the power plant for the penny pincher. Keith Zimmer, the driver, you come in atop the leaderboard in points of Funny Car Chaos, though tied with someone.
Couple of teams that are definitely in the hunt for the 2025 championship. And you can see that they're already racing as they won the race to the front of the staging lanes for the second round of qualifying. The guy that's number 1 on the qualifying list over on the right side of the Christmas tree, the Madison's transportation lane, is Keith Zimmer. Keith qualified number 1, 365 with A2 at 200 plus miles an hour. Number 3 on the qualifying list is the Great 2 Mustang. And Brian Lewis is the driver, and he's got that car qualified number 3 with a 3.71 second elapsed time, 204.96 miles an hour first time down the racetrack. So a pair of Mustangs, different body style Mustangs. The leader model, 2000 vintage, is over on the right side of the racetrack. The Spitzer chassis with that distinctive look. You may remember the Man of War that won quite a few nostalgia funny car events back in the day. That's the car. Now it belongs to Brian Lewis, and it's still a winning car. He's in the pre-stage. Keith Zimmer is ready to pull his car up into the pre-stage. 3 bulbs lit. We are just about ready to both sides cooking and cooking and in a big hurry. 364 at 380. Zimmer in the penny pincher stays number 1, drops the elapsed time from 365 to 364, and joins that group over 206 miles an hour. Brian Lewis on the left side with a 945 60 foot had the best seat in the house to watch Keith Zimmer go from number 1 to number 1. Brian Lewis was out of the throttle a little bit early as that car began to go towards the left side wall. You can tell he off the throttle because he was only going 4 miles an hour when he crossed the finish line in 3.8 seconds. But Zim in the penny pincher, Atlanta's got that car tuned up, and it is running flawlessly. 912 to 60 feet, 244 to half track, a 364 with a 3, and over 206 miles an hour down that right side lane. So they have come out to make a statement, and they have done just that, not once but twice, winning the race to the staging lanes to put up the number for everybody else to shoot at instead of holding that later and keeping it to the best. No cards on the table, and the pincher is basically throwing down. If you think you can beat that, come on.
Be more terrible to see.
You saw some flash lights up in the shutdown area, but we do have the all clear, and so we are ready to go next pair up to the starting line. So Brian Lewis will stay number 3. Zimmer stays number 1, just goes a little bit quicker and a little bit faster. As they clear the top end of the racetrack, the racemaster says fire. We have got another pair of funny cars who are chomping at the bit to get down the racetrack, and so far, improved performance for the number 1 qualifier, but a good performance on both sides of the racetrack. Jordan Beloo, Bartlesville, Oklahoma, hometown of Philip. The Dry Hop King, Jordan Beloo, driving that beautiful 1969 Camaro. That's all paint. That is not a wrap. Switch over to the left lane while Kirk Williams is going to switch over to the right-hand lane. 2022 Funny Car Chaos. Kirk Williams, the Monte Carlo body, adorning their brand new race car. Kirk is qualified number 8 with a 396, 152.7 miles an hour for first run down the racetrack. Some folks will be really, really happy with the number. Kirk Williams, I can assure you, is not. He's at that 3.7, 3.6 second zone, 3.8 at the first. And let's see if he can cover the hook and go down that right side of the racetrack and join that group in the 3.6 second zone. Jordan, first time down the racetrack, 4.32 seconds, 164 miles an hour in that supercharged big block bow tie powered funny car. One of very few people, we'll talk more about this in the day, maybe a trivia question, but one of the guys that has won the A field, B field, and the C field is Dry Hop King Jordan Beloo. He's the 69 Camaro on the racetrack. Oh, a pedal top for Kirk Williams. So they will not improve on that 3.9 second run. 434. That is a consistent performance for Dry Hop King Jordan Beloo, but they will stay where they were. So 9.61 60-foot time before he lost traction in the 200 proof Monte Carlo, and so they will stick with the number from the first go, 396. Keeps them number 8 on the qualifying list. Jordan Beloo, number 15, which is number 7 in the Alki Digger B field at the moment. Now, several race teams are hoping to come up and improve their performance from the previous round, so that A field and definitely the B field is subject to a lot, and I don't mean a little, I mean a lot of change depending upon how well these cars get down the racetrack on this second qualifying run.
Food trucks galore, and yes, even hard apple cider for mom and dad. Don't miss Chicagoland's top fall.
Now, race fans, we're anticipating a big crowd tomorrow, and I certainly hope that you are amongst those that are coming back for a great day of racing tomorrow. But if you wanted to do something pretty smart, I would go ahead and shop for that official event shirt before you leave here tonight, because tomorrow the lines will be long to get those official event shirts from the Funny Car Chaos, Nitro Chaos merchandise trailer. So before you head out tonight, go ahead and outfit your family. I bet you did not know that Christmas shopping season starts today. And you're still. That's right. For all the gearheads in your life, you've got the opportunity here at Great Lakes Dragaway to take care of your Christmas shopping early. So I invite you and encourage you to do so.
Hundreds a year. Seriously? Oh yeah, it took me 5 minutes.
Hot Rod Herby! He doesn't know how to get out of the throttle. The car goes a little sideways, so he just dirt tracks it down that left side of the racetrack with those long smoky burnouts that he is famous for.
Auto insurance. There's no
The Twist and Shout Chevy Beretta. Both these guys coming out, strike the tires, have the back end kick out. Twist and Shout just a little bit more. Allison Hoffman backing up Hot Rod Herby. He's repping for the Nitro Club this weekend. Nitro Club presenting a $100 cash bonus to the Lucky 13 qualifier. Thanks to Shaggy and Veronica for their ongoing continued support of Funny Car Chaos, Nitro Chaos Racing with that Nitro Club Lucky 13 bonus. Neil Giroux, 13th on the qualifying list, 429, 167 miles an hour on his first run down the racetrack. And over on the left side of the Christmas tree, in the Gobbler Theater Lane, Hot Rod Herby, number 16. He's got the number 8 spot in the Alki Digger B field with a best run of 436 at 161. So just about ready to make it. Good down that right side. Neil Giroux is going to stop the clocks. Oh, there we go. The delayed response. Don't see that very often. 6:16. So no improvement for either racer. They will stay where they were. Number 13 for Giroux. Number 16 for Herbst.
Documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power.
On the screen, and all of a sudden the numbers began to fill in. It was magical. I felt like I was at Hogwarts.
Holy onions! For all your business staples.
That was. For some more funny cars.
Space cowboy, yeah, don't call me the king.
At Great Lakes Dragaway, the absolute best place that I can think of to be is right here. And here you are, here we are together enjoying what promises to be a spectacular drag racing weekend. The Wayne Hoffman.
Hold him up there.
Heats him up. Big block Chevy power underneath that Dodge Daytona body. Fresh off a runner-up finish at Lennon Valley Dragway last weekend, went a 4,000th of a second against Jim Gifford in that Hot Rod Svengali. Nice funny car out of Pennsylvania. The Keystone State. Hoffman, number 11 on the qualifying list. Number 3 in the Alki Digger V field, 4.2 seconds. First time down the racetrack. Daughter Allison says, okay, Daddy-O, it is yours. Got a little bit out of shape and gets off of the throttle, so he'll stick with a 423 from earlier in that first qualifying round. The car made a quick move to the left, and Wayne Hoffman let discretion be the better part of valor, gets out of the throttle. The 447, not an improvement, but the shiny side is still up. For those of you here in the audience who are not aware, when you hear the name Hoffman, you might think of Al Hoffman, who was Big Show Nitro Funny Car guy from years ago. Well, Wayne Hoffman, the Wayne Hoffman, that is the Al Hoffman's son. And so we got a chance several years ago when Wayne Hoffman showed up with his funny car at the Funny Car Chaos Classic down at the Texas Motorplex. We were like, dude, glad to have you. He had so much fun that he's been racing Funny Car Chaos ever since, much to our delight. And it seems to be working pretty well for Wayne. Rick Mason, I trade here all the way from Connecticut. When you go to the racetrack, you'll see the drivers, and they cannot wait to get out of those fire suits. But here tonight, doesn't feel too bad to leave it on.
You're the cutest thing I ever did.
So the word comes from the top end of the racetrack that we are good to go. There are no cars in the shutdown area, so we are clear. And so the next pair is given the word to fire up. 22 cars made a run, or at least an attempt at a run in the first round of qualification. Let's see how many we get this time. Ray Drew, Wisconsin native, opportunity to take away this weekend. Ray went down the racetrack in 3.78 seconds at over 201 miles an hour on his first effort. That has him in the number 5 spot in the Rodak Custom Coffee A field for the moment. Now, number 1 races number 5 in the first round, and Ray is number 5. So racing number 1 is not always on your pick me list. So Ray might like to go a little quicker, get himself moved up to number 4, maybe number 3. Certainly got the car to do it on the right side of the racetrack. There in the Manas's transportation lane. Over here on the left side of the racetrack, in the Gobbler lane, Rick Stockman put a 491 on board in his first run. So another car with plenty more potential. Let's see if they're able to have adjusted their setup and their tune-up to get the car down this left side lane a little quicker than they went down the right side lane. Ray Drew in the clutch car brings up the revs. 3-ball split now forward. Ray Drew down the right side to a 440. Off the throttle early, coast through at 128 miles an hour, and on the left side, Stockman, a 478, improves the performance, stays number 19. So they got the car moving in the correct direction, going quicker and faster than they went before, but stay in number 19, number 3 in the Wulff Pump B field thus far. 106, 60 foot for Ray Drew, a little softer than he had it set up earlier. And Rick Stockman, 102, 60 foot. Had the car tuned up running strong, but had to pedal it and slowed his half-track time to 3:07. We are under the lights at Great Lakes Dragaway with the second round of funny car qualification at the championship finals. Good to go. Hello, PB. Got some fire in the pipes. Next set of funny cars. Several of our racers have never been to this part of the country and raced in this kind of conditions that might play into things in the final rounds tomorrow night. Not saying it will, not saying it won't. Cody Chatfield came away from Tucson Dragway with his first Funny Car Chaos victory, winning the Wulff Pump C field. down there on a competition by run when his opponent was unable to answer the call. One of several late entries to the championship finals, Bob Stryker brings that screaming yellow 57 Chevy up to the line for a run down that right side Madison's transportation lane. Did not get a time on his first qualifying effort as the car left the starting line. Whether it was an equipment malfunction or something else, the car left before the tree activated and did not record a time. So we're looking to get that madman down the racetrack and record a time and see what the performance potential is on that good-looking funny car that is making its Funny Car Chaos debut. Vega hatchback, the Booz Brothers, that name's been around for a long time. And Cody Chatfield assumes the driver duties. His wife, backup girl, sends him kisses and says, okay, big boy, take it away. 57 using all that right side lane, gets close to the wall, don't think he hit anything, but does finally get a time on the board, a 5:25. That's good enough for number 20. So that will move them up from where they were, which was outside looking in. And the 685 for Cody Chatfield, 005 on the Christmas tree, so he was zeroed into the Christmas tree and had a great reaction time, but the car began to hop, doing that bunny hop on the way down that side lane, so no performance improvement for Booz Brothers Vega, but they will stick were number 10, which is number 2 qualifier in the Alky Digger B field. Not a bad place to be. Chatfield comes into this event number 13 in the points. There are a couple of racers in the top 10 that are not here. So Cody Chatfield, one of those guys that makes the tow up here to Great Lakes Dragaway with the opportunity to break in to the top 10. Of course, you break into the top 10, that carries an extra check with it. Not only what you win at this event, but if you finish the season in the top 10, then at the championship banquet, which is coming up that first weekend of February, there will be a little extra loot on the line for those who finish in the top 10. Chatfield and the Booz Brothers team thinking they might like to get in on some of that action. Are you ready for a little more horsepower? We've got a few thousand that are just dying to show out for you. Lance Van Howen is going to take that right side lane. And Timmy Cullinan going to take the left side lane in a methanol versus nitro car match. They came to play like big boy. They are serious about getting this car down the racetrack, and boy, do we love seeing what happens when they do. The nitro car, the Irish Car Bomb, the Chicagoland team, qualified number 14 right now. Their best run so far, their only run so far, a 4:30. But the telltale sign is the mile per hour, 131 miles an hour. That car, to be going 131 miles an hour at the finish line, it was coasting. So we've seen this car go under 4 seconds before. They might choose to go in the 3-second zone. Or as Johnny Fever might say, they might not. Lance Van Allen put a big number on the board first time down the racetrack as they are already in the 3-second club with a 3:79, just under 200 miles an hour. Van Allen, like Ray Drew, he's got the opportunity to, if everything goes his way this weekend, could wind up with 2 of those trophies from Meyer Custom Machining and Fabrication, those event winner trophies. Add that to his collection that he's already got. So we'll see the nitro car sporting the green, the Irish car bomb, Gen 2, 1970 Chevrolet Camaro body with a nitro Hemi under the hood. Short stroke, all view. And now it off the throttle a little early. Cullinan 435, not an improvement. So they've got the consistency going in the Irish car bomb. They will stick where they were, 430. And a 470, Van Halen off the throttle early. You're seeing a lot of that. And we're not sure exactly whether that might be the conditions creating a little dew. Don't know if that's the case or not, but for whatever reason, quite a few of the drivers are feeling it necessary to, we're seeing some of it because where I'm sitting, I'm right behind the racetrack. I can watch them go straight down the track, and several of the cars have been going straight down the racetrack. So we'll just put it that way. So a little bit of wiggle, a little bit of shake out there, and it doesn't take much wiggle before you want to get out of the throttle and make sure you're ready to play tomorrow. So no improvement on either side of the racetrack for Cullinan or Van Allen. Shirts available, and they will be open after the funny car qualifications have come to a conclusion. So you, when we finish racing, we'll stick around for a little while because I know you're going to want get a chance to pick up hero cards or maybe get some merchandise from one of these teams. But like I said, the lines are going to be long tomorrow for those official event shirts at the Funny Car Chaos Nitro Chaos merchandise trailer. Might do yourself a favor and beat the rush tomorrow. Hope you'll be coming back tomorrow and enjoying the races with us. It's going to be a super fantastic day. We will have the same classes that we had tonight, plus we will add those incredible cars from the Chicago Wise Guys coming in to put on their special brand of drag racing excellence. That's all on tap for you tomorrow. Saturday at Great Lakes Dragaway, absolutely the place to be. Looking forward to seeing you and all those people that you tell about it tonight back here at the races tomorrow. So anticipating the word from the top end of the racetrack so we can light up another pair of funny cars and keep this Friday night funny car show on track. Crews have brought their cars up to the ready stripe. The drivers are strapped in. They're getting their eyes accustomed to the light. Trying to go a little quick, trying to go a little faster, trying to shake things up for their competitors. Fast lane, Shane Lawson, your 2024 Funny Car Chaos champion, comes into this with an opportunity to go 2 straight. Never one to overplay his hand. Shane Lawson said on Chaos Live the other night, well, I don't know that I really have a chance to win, but you know that's not really what he's thinking. They always think they've got a chance to win and go all the way. After last year's championship finals, when they had to have a certain number of things go just a certain way in order to clinch the championship, it happened just that way for them. And they've got that Man of War 2 Mustang just about ready, and he's going to go solo. Single for the Man of War 2 Mustang. Hear the sound of funny cars behind them, but it is not time for them to go into the water. So the Man of War 2 Mustang, solo shot down the Madison's transportation lane, fast lane Shane. Went down the racetrack with a 375 the first time. This time they go 373 at 2 miles an hour. So another one of those teams that showed a little improvement. Shane Lawson, 373 at 4 on your hit parade. Which is right where it was. The racetrack a little and a little faster. All right, so it looks like we are shutting off the car at the starting line. Shane Lawson, 936 to 6250 track. Laps time. Finish line 3.73 seconds at 202 miles an hour. Came in number 4 with a 375. Stays number 4 with a 373. 202 miles an hour. So quicker and faster down the racetrack in the Man of War Mustang for your 2024 champion.
With Alice Cooper.
You're hanging out in Alice's attic. Whatever.
'24 champion Shane Lawson as he goes quicker and faster in one of the quickest cars. There's about a half dozen cars here that you'll see when this all winds up that they will be top in the Rodak A field. One of those is Fast Lane Shane. So he goes from 375 to 373 and from 201 miles an hour to 202 miles an hour. So any thoughts that you can't improve in this second round of qualifying just went out the window. Courtesy of Mr. Lawson. have got a single run set to go. Down the Gobbler lane. All right, so Dennis Rotter is the car that we did not see in the first round of qualifying. He does the burnout. Something is not exactly right with the car up there as he brings it to a stop after the burnout. You hear revving up. And not exactly sure what happened right there, but it has gone quiet out there. Something, not sure exactly what happened. We have some theories about it, but certainly the car goes quiet out there, and Rotter is left helpless to keep it going. So they will hook it up and presumably tow it off the top end of the racetrack after checking everything. So standing down here for just a few minutes while we take care of this, the race crew will be looking at the track. Don't see anything on the racetrack, any reason to believe there's fluid on the racetrack, but do have a car to get off the racetrack. It looks like they are pushing it down there towards the exit. So once they clear the top end, it'll probably be about
see the push vehicle swinging out to the right, so they should be close to the exit. Once they turn left, send the car on the turnout, we will be very shortly firing up the car. Race control indicates that we are good to go. All clear. Starting the racetrack. Next funny car, set to light.
Newberg. Not sure whether he's repping Northwestern or TCU or the Purple People Eaters, but he's got a good-looking funny car. His first time down the racetrack was a 4.70 second elapsed time. Lots more performance potential exists for this funny car as he coasted across the finish line at only 107 miles an hour. So one of those guys that could shake up the qualifying list. Presently number 2 in the Wulff Pump C field. This car will hook and get down the racetrack like they've got it set up to do. It just might change a lot. Some will be happy about that and some maybe not so much. I can think of somebody that'll be really happy if this car bumps into the A field. All right, trying to get that measurement on the wheelie bar just right. On a solo run, so there's nobody up in the other lane waiting. Kevin Newberg rings with Funny Car Chaos on occasion. Happy to see them joining us at Great Lakes. Well, that one was looking good until it wasn't. 430. Even off the throttle, he knocks 4/10 off of his previous performance. So he will move up the list to number 14 at a 430. Newberg's 430 at 127 miles an hour moves him up into the Alky Digger B field into the number 6 position. And what I was alluding to earlier is somebody might be pretty happy to get bumped into the Wulff Pump C field, and he's sitting right now. That is Hot Rod Herby.
Chicago's classic.
Ferocious Camaro Luke Furr brings that black beauty up for a run down that left side lane. Number 7, your hit parade with a 3.95 second elapsed time from earlier, 186 miles an hour. Ran that 395 on the right side of the Christmas tree. He's going to move over to the left side for this run. But already in the rarefied air of the 3-second club. So he's straighter now. He does keep it right down the middle of the groove. Makes a good adjustment. The 398 on the board, not an improvement, but he's within 0.03 of a second on each side of the racetrack. So 395 the first time, 398 the second time, and Luke Furr will stay right where he was, number 7 on the Funny Car Chaos Hit Parade after 2 full rounds of qualifying. Well, race fans, you can look at the stage lanes. You can see there are no more funny cars out there. That means that the racing for day number 1 of the 7th annual Funny Car Chaos Championship Finals has come to a conclusion. We thank you for being with us. Like I said, stick around. You may want to check out the action out there on Funny Car Alley and see all the work that these teams are doing. They will not be at a breakneck pace here tonight because the racing is done, but there are several that are going to be working are ready for that 3rd and final qualifying round tomorrow, coming up at high noon. So thank you for coming out and being with us here for day number 1 of the championship finals. We're going to be opening the gates early in the morning. So come on out and join us for Racers Chapel at 9:30 a.m. We got a chapel for adults, a chapel for kiddos, and then we're going to have the track go hot, I think, at 11 o'clock with our sportsman categories, car club racing, and we've got funny cars at noon. Then 3 rounds of eliminations coming up beginning tomorrow afternoon. So be careful, be safe on your way home. We look forward to seeing you back here at the racetrack tomorrow, and as always, be kind, be well, be awesome. Good night, everybody.
Race fans, get ready. The inaugural Fuel Altered Chaos rocks historic Tucson Dragway Friday night and Saturday, November 14th and 15th.
Round-pounding fuel altered from across the country go into 200-mile-per-hour combat with historic names like the Mob, Rat Poison, Bradford's Fiat, and Sheepherder. Take on new school hitters like Cone Hunter, Witch Doctor, Blown Scentless, and many more. See Bodacious Backup Girl, Header Flame, and run what you brung drag racing like Tucson hasn't seen in decades.
Kids 12 and under are free. Visit TucsonDragway.com for more information.
November 14th and 15th. Be there!